Oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, gang. Oh shit. Let me just set it up a bit. Um, fucking hell. Get out a bit. Maybe turn this way. Maybe turn more this way. Yeah, perfect. Um, want a different costume. Let's find something. Ah, yes. Hey, I'm Farmer Gadea, and today we're gonna have a RuneKeeper guide. This is gonna be a short guide because a lot of things gonna be get fixed. There's a lot of things that are not fixed. I'll show you a lot of them. Probably not more like all of them because there is a lot of stuff I wouldn't understand, most of it to be honest. But there is some stuff I kind of get already why it is so janky. So I don't want to deliberately mislead anyone in telling you guys what is wrong and how is wrong. I can just point to you at the places where they took a shit, and you guys can figure out if you are knowledgeable enough in this area. You can figure it out for yourself. So let's start. The new hunter, and specifically let's say huntsman, has been buffed against all the other specs. Red got buffed a little, but yellow I have no clue yet. Most people are just enjoying yellow for what it is, as they always did, not for the DPS parses, but just for the cool mechanics. I guess that's good, but in terms of blue, blue has got a significant damage increase. Hopefully not due to the mistakes that SSG made, and they gonna like fix the mistakes, but eventually those fixed mistakes gonna nerf the hunter. No, I hope it's not that, but comparatively to what Blue Hunter used to be before, it got accelerated with DPS and APS, attacks per second, magnificently. It could be just as fast as a minstrel if you really know what you're cooking. So it's good. Let me describe to you how it works, the new trait tree. Damage over time. This is just your standard damage over time. All the damage over time skills, and you have 3 of them, will benefit from this. Next thing is impact arrows. To tell you exactly how impact arrows work, if you're new to the game or new to the character or just new to the channel. Let's see. Look, I'm pointing at physical mastery. I have 213% physical melee and 191% ranged physical. What would you think this one boosts in terms of percentage? Yes, ranged physical. Basically, if I activate it right now, nothing will change to my melee, but my physical ranged has increased by 5%. And that 5% also goes over cap. So the cap is 200% for physical mastery. This 5% will go over cap, so it's pretty good. We go straight to the next rank, which is press onward. It's the skill we used to have before. Now it only got nerfed through the tracery. Tracery no longer makes cooldown of press onward decrease by half. Instead, it decreases by like 15 seconds, which is a third of what it used to be. It got nerfed, but the skill itself is still good. It gives you 15% run speed in combat and out of combat, so you can run away and heal yourself. Perfect. Do we need anything else from this line? Not for this specific PvMP 1v1 or solo landscape build, because split shot is great now. Split shot, the more you tier it up, the more it gives you area effect attack damage as well. Not just the amount of split shots, but also area effect damage criticals. It's pretty fucking nice. But we don't take it right now. And same for quick shot. The only reason we're not taking quick shot in this build, but in another hunter build, is because we're not gonna use a lot of quick shot when soloing or PvMPing. Quick shot is good for parsing in raids or on a dummy because it helps you activate one skill I'll show you later. But besides that, I don't think you guys will have any fun using quick shot, or some of you might even unslot it just for the landscape and PvMP. It's completely normal because you still do great damage. You do insane damage in PvP, especially if you don't use quick shot. If you go really fast and you kill as fast as possible, you basically racing against time, and that's how you can parse actually also really good. Instead of using quick shot on your dummy, just don't use a quick shot and fight the dummies in moors or something. Next line we pick up 2 traits that we definitely need. Huntsman blades. Read the memo: merciful or huntsman shot. Huntsman shot is now the name for merciful. Basically, if you're running in blue, you're getting Huntsman shot, but if you're running in red, you're getting Merciful shot. It's the same skill. All the buffs that you see here saying they boost either Merciful or Huntsman, they apply, I think, to both. I'm not sure about red, if Huntsman applies to red, but I would presume it does. However, in red, you don't take this, because what this does is, upon applying Merciful, you get 5% melee damage for 10 seconds. And below that, you can boost that even more if you read the memo, and it becomes, I think, 15, but in total, I think it's 20% damage boost. And also bleed removal bonus damage. New cash outs work on stacking bleeds, 3 of them, and removing them twice with a Huntsman shot and with a Scourging blow. These two very neat skills. Huntsman won't tell you right now what dots it cashes out, but Scourging already has a memo for you, because by default, Scourging will work like this, but Huntsman, you can buff it up in this tree. So look at the memo. For now, it's not relevant, only to your knowledge, I guess, not to my explanation. Another thing that is very stupid that we need to take is no miss chance penalty for movement. If before, right, look, I'm firing focus skill and moving, I'm not missing, but once auto attacks start, I missed. This is what it is for. It basically helps you mitigate this missed chance on auto attacks. And by the way, it's not like a big thing. You don't pick it for parsing, but you pick it for solo landscape, because auto attacks still do some damage, and you do want to get all those numbers. But in parsing on a dummy, you wouldn't be moving, so you wouldn't be slotting point into here. Fourth line, get Blood Arrow. The thing about Blood Arrow is, before the update, it used to be like this, right? It used to be like this, but now in order to get it like this, you need to slot 2 points into this tree, which is fine. It's a good trade-off, because it was a busted arrow. It's still a busted arrow, but now it costs more, and it has a higher focus requirement, which is kind of makes you think more about keeping it, or like how you're gonna generate focus while using it a lot. That's a good trade-off. Pick it 100%. You need it for survival. You don't do it on a dummy. On a dummy, you don't pick this trait. But in solo landscape, 100%. Strong arm, 10% focus consuming skills. Now, or let me just start it with this. Before, you used to have induction skills, focus skills, and melee skills. Now, they are renamed to focus builders, focus spenders, and melee skills. Basically, focus consuming skills are focus spenders, and focus builders are the focus generating skills, are your induction skills. But now you don't have inductions, so they just transformed into a new type of skill. Wow, phenomenal SSG, very smart. Volley changed completely. Since we don't have any inductions, there is no more animation cuts. But what you have with volley is you can stack volley 3 times now if you keep using your focus spenders like barrage or pen shot, right? If you keep using them 3 times, you get max bonus. You can stack volley 3 times and get a max of 30 to 36% range damage. And if you keep using spenders, that damage is going to keep applying to it. And by the way, that damage also applies to melee blindside, because blindside before used to be a range skill, but now they added a tracery that moves it into a melee category. So it does get buffs from focus consuming, and it does get buffs from melee boost. So blindside, melee blindside, on a good day, it does really good damage. On a shit day, it does nothing. But on the best day, it destroys shit. It completely evaporates things. It is basically a little cash out in itself, because you can use it with Scourging Blow after you get the Huntsman shot buff. And also with that, by the way, Huntsman, because it's a consuming skill and it's a melee, it is not a focus builder. So it doesn't break volley. If you read the memo of volley, volley breaks if you use a focus builder. So if you use like a barbed arrow after your pen shot, barrage pen shot, you will no longer have a volley, but volley will still apply to barbed arrow. It will still count 36% of range damage to it. However, blindside doesn't do that. Blindside benefits from the buff and also maintains it, which is amazing for you. Volley is a cool mechanic for blue. I hear a lot of red heaving over it because, I don't know, just I guess they all wish to be blue, but they're scared to switch because they were making fun of blue hunters for such a long time. Now it is like kind of jokes on them, and they're just trying to project it on everyone else. Hey, just make volley more accessible to red, man. It's really hard to play. How am I supposed to use my upshot with volley, bro? You're not meant to use your upshot with volley. Volley is in blue tree, man. Use your fucking upshot. Am I saying how am I not meant to use upshot in blue? No, shut the fuck up. That's it. Um, last two ranks we get everything. So relentless we already had before. It just does additional damage on merciful shot to bleeding targets. Perfect, because we need to cash out merciful shot. Exsanguinate is the third bleed that we need to activate now. And before blood arrow used to 100% activate it. Now every focus builder, aka every X, almost every X induction skill, will have a 15% chance to activate it, and you need it. You need it for a cash out. So basically slot all the points into it. Wounded Prey. That is another thing that does extra damage on a huntsman. Now you can cash out 2 dots instead of 1, and the second dot is Lingering Wound. You already got by default Lingering Wound when you access the second rank, the third rank, sorry. And now you stack the skill 3 times, and you can cash out crazy damage with a huntsman. And also if you have Lingering and then you have Barbed Arrow, you cash out both of them. Sorry, gang. Fucking light cut off in my apartment, so everything just went downhill. Had to go fix it. Big man. The last thing I want to tell you about blue specifically, what we're trading in blue, is rapid fire. So before, rapid fire uptime is very fucking tiny. Basically, you have it activated for 10 seconds and you can use all of your focus spenders without any focus cost, but also your power cost, I think, increases. I'm pretty sure the cost focus to use no longer. I don't know, it probably doesn't, but I presume like there would be some downside to the mana issues with mana issues. The thing why it's so not relevant anymore, it's still good to put 1 point into it, just 1 point, is because before you used to have burn hot, you used to have saute, you used to have focus, and all of that stuff gave you a big boost in a short amount of time. This is a tiny boost. This is like 1/3 of what it used to be. So right now, most of your rotation, sometimes you won't even use it. You will just forget to use it, and that's completely normal because what you should prioritize is running your rotation without this. If you can figure out rotation without this, it's perfect, but this only amplifies your damage a little. You still take it though. So let me just check, maybe it's here. Every focus spender attack used with rapid fire is active increases the damage you deal for a short time. Okay, that's fine. That's what it used to be before as well. Completely normal. We go to the red tree. Now, Pen Shot no longer has critical vulnerability. The only thing it has remaining for it is that little rent armor, like 3% on tactical and physmids. What instead you can do is just beef up the skill. Critical Eye is the same thing as last time. If you look at critical rating, you'll see that your range critical hits, melee critical hits have 24.9% chance to hit, and the cap is 30%. Wow, how inconvenient. If only there was a trade that gave you 5% of critical rating, so you could cap it. Jesus, I wonder what it is. Oh, what? What? Only ranged? Yes. So basically, guys, you have to understand there's a lot of numbers here that they're still not fixed. So basically, critical rating is only affecting your range damage. As your range damage trait here. That is, I think, is because of the way they made new skill types. And I don't think it should be that way. I think critical rating should affect both melee and ranged. And I also believe that impact arrows should also now affect both melee and ranged, because it's a melee fucking class. Why the fuck would I need a range damage? That shit is for fucking red. It's nothing to do with me. And we do get extra 4% of range damage in red later. But this, I mean, just make it like all damage. Just plus 5% to all damage. Boom. Great perk, by the way. And the fact that they added extra 4% is really good as well. Okay, now we're entering another shit territory. So fast draw is a dead trait for blue. Don't pick it at all. It's a dead limb. We don't have inductions. We're not gonna use quick shot. It's not even about using quick shot. It's about -6 7, 8, 9, 10% bow inductions. We don't have them, so dead limb, don't take it. Draw weight versus Swift and True. New Swift and True does nothing to Swift bow besides increase damage, and also look at rank 5. It has a perk that gives you 25%. Just kidding. It's 10% for huntsman hunters on each loosed by swift bow arrow to generate an additional focus. So 3 arrows, 30% in total each swift bow to generate 1 additional focus. Well, 3 additional focus actually, because each arrow has a chance to generate focus. So you could be lucky and get 3 focus. So you could be completely not lucky, and which is like probably gonna be most of the fucking time, and generate nothing. That's completely nice gambling addition. I like it. Welcome to the family. We pick it though, not because it's good, but because the alternative is fucking shit. Let me explain it to you. Look at draw weight. Just stay with me. Read the memo, right? Let's pull out all the focus builders, because they are adamant on us believing they boost all of them. Let's just test it. Let's test it on the fucking spot. And you know why it's useful to test it? Because you have a duplicate of this trait right here. It's the same shit. 15% at 5 ranks, 15% at 5 ranks. That 15% induction bow critical multiplier does not apply to you because it's induction damage. You don't have induction damage. So let me explain to you. Let me just pull up something more. Yeah, swift bow. So these, right? Let me see the spender. Yeah, these are your primary focus builders. It's 4 of them, I guess. Maybe like 1 more is like Bard's Arrow, right? Did I use it? No, I didn't. So yeah, 5 of them. You have focus builders. Now let's slot all 5 ranks into this. Get 15% focus builder skill damage. And now let's pull out the stats. Done. Let's pull out the stats. Let's pull out the sheets. The receipts, man. The receipts. As you might already start noticing, some shit might not be adding up. So, Barbed Arrow, damage changed, and also bleed damage changed. Fucking curious, because it has nothing to do with fucking bleeds. Curious. Lingering Wound. Changed fucking nothing. Even bleeds didn't change, man. Even bleeds didn't change, even though it is the same Beleriand type damage. Questionable. Quick Shot, damage changed. Swift Bow, damage changed. Bard's Arrow, damage changed. So what I'm trying to say here is we have an imposter. We have a fucking imposter. First of all, we have an imposter, and second of all, we have a fucking idiot in the family. And the unfortunate reality of these two is they're the most important bleeds that you'll be using all the time. I have no fucking clue why it's so mismanaged. Oh, actually, I do. Let me just show you another curious thing with, let's say, these 2 bleeds that you will observe if you try to apply some fucking oils. I wonder what happens to them if you apply oils. Wow, oh, look, fire damage. Beleriand? What do you mean Beleriand? I just applied some fucking oils, man. There's nothing here. There's nothing here, man. It's now I'm showing you how it works. For now, it's fucking botched. It's fucking scuffed. So if you want to prioritize getting focus builder damage, just remember your focus builder damage doesn't affect lingering wound, and also your focus damage for some stupid reason increases your bleed damage. But you know what doesn't increase your bleed damage? This perk. And it's still accessible. It tells you if you pick it for 2 ranks, it gives you like Heartseeker bleed or bleed, but it also gives you 10% damage over time, which is the same memo as this memo. Guess what? It doesn't give you any damage over time. Not for a single skill. You have 3 bleeds, it doesn't improve any of them. Not whatsoever. The damage type is botched. The way trait tree is responding to the skills is botched. There's a lot of dead traits that are botched. A lot of traits that we don't need. We don't fucking need at all. And some traits that I don't know why they're still accessible. Just keep it exclusive to red. There's a lot of shit to fix for them. So let's skip the shit that they have to fix and let's get on with our guide. Strength, 4% range damage. The same stuff as here. Look, I have now 196 and man, the cap is 200%. Gee, I wish there was a perk that could just raise me up by 4% to the cap. I wonder what it is. Where is it? Where is it? Oh! What? What? 200%. So it raises it, right? That's how it works. It also works overcap, so you can have total of 9% overcap. Another thing we pick is Mercy Kill. It's the same as last time and improves your cash out. We don't take botkin arrows. Again, I told you why. It's fucking bullshit. And this trait also don't take. What I would suggest you could take instead of this, you could put your points into maybe activate more of the rain of arrows, or maybe put the remaining point here. And also, guys, there is another thing that I didn't tell you because I haven't described yellow yet, and I'm not gonna do it in a long time. Is your barbed arrow no longer has a slow, and it used to have like what 40-50% slow. Now you can access it in yellow and only 30% at 5 ranks. That is a bit scuffed, right? I wouldn't take it if I were you, but I would if you wanted to experiment. And like, it's good slow, by the way. It's still good slow, still potent. But it's just a waste of points in my opinion, because a lot of damage here that we could take. And yeah, okay, fine. If you don't want to spend on this, you can just get a few points into hindering shot. I guess it's like 1 point or 2 points. I don't know, because it's yellow rank, so it's gonna take 2 points per rank up. But yeah, something like this. For now, I'm not going to explain to you more. I also took a Rain of Arrows because Rain of Arrows is a focus spender, and it's also a strong one. And you're probably going to be using Rain of Arrows here and there, because why not? It's an AoE skill and very strong, and you can also use Volley with it, and you can use it in a rapid fire rotation. Juicy. So yeah, let's say for now, something like that would suffice, except this trait, I guess. Let me get to the fucking rotation. Oh shit. Look, and last several things that I like, the traits I didn't pick. Let me just quickly run over them so you understand why I didn't. Split shot is really good. I just didn't do it because I have an AoE build for it, and I'll show you how my AoE build works. And I don't even need to show you the rotation. You can figure it out by yourself. It's really fast because the cooldowns on these skills is 3 seconds on split shot and 0 to 6 seconds. You see 6 seconds by default on Rain of Arrows, but if you proc into Storm of Arrows, you can get it from 0 seconds and just spam it all the time. Really cool AoE build if you go with split shot, but I didn't take it. And same for quick shot. Quick shot is good because of the parsing. If you parse on a dummy, you need quick shot to activate Exsanguinate, and activating Exsanguinate is very important for you to cash out better damage on your Huntsman. Oh no, not on your Huntsman, on your Scourging Blow, on your melee cash out. Another thing I didn't pick is upgrade to press onward. So we put just 1 point into here, right? It just gives you extra heal. You can do it if you want to, but to me, it is a bit of a waste of points and resource because I already have a lot of survivability. I just need to activate the skill, and that's it. Then, what we didn't pick is, I told you, fast draw is a dead limb. Bow of the Righteous is really good. If you experience mana issues, power issues like I do, this point might help you a lot. Like, I would actually maybe slot like this. Because now, Bow of the Righteous is the ability that used to restore your power for each skill used. But now it is combined with Intent Concentration. So basically, both of these, you can take both of these, and it's really cool. But I didn't, again, because I think it's a bit of a waste of a point, because a lot of other things I want to do to boost my damage, not my mana or power issue, to be honest. More things we didn't pick is, again, Storm of Arrows we didn't pick because it is for AoE build. This one, Hunter's Blood, is really cool. If you slot all 4 points into Hunter's Blood, it's amazing for parsing on a dummy. If you parse on a dummy, this skill is very strong. But I didn't do it because it has a counterpart to it, which is Strength of Blood. So if you slot in Strength of Blood, do not slot into this, because you will see that adjusted power cost and the heal will be just completely inaccessible to you, and plus, like, the only thing you get out of Blood Arrow if you slot in both of these is just the damage, but everything else is uplifted in cost. Not really efficient, I think, for DPS. Yeah, and that's it. And also, I didn't pick anything from yellow because yellow, if you look at the first rank of yellow, is just a graveyard of abilities, basically. All the abilities that they kind of, well, not they, on him, I guess. He was the one working, that he just didn't know where to put or how to put, and just collected from these trees. But look how shallow and skinny these trees are. They still look very underworked. I hope they add more abilities to here, man. Because I don't want to see just two abilities on rank 2 and 3 and then two abilities on rank 1 as well, because this one is a dead limb. I want more, kind of. So, yeah. And also, another thing which is cool, now you can have your incoming healing modifier up to 24%. If you slot into the black arrow, it makes your bard arrow do the incoming healing modifier. And it does 24% potency below 50% morale, which is a lot of people probably abusing it, but it's amazing. I think it's really good for yellow, so it should stay in yellow. But if you want to go from blue into yellow, you could try some things out. Questionable things, by the way. I'm not really big fan of the yellow line so far. It looks very boring. It looks just like a graveyard, to be honest. So yeah, that's the reason I didn't pick all the great traits that I didn't pick for now. And also, the biggest reason is that this rework is not fully reworked yet. I'm waiting for them to finish fixing mistakes so I can write a proper guide. That's it. So for your rotation, I would start with lingering, pen shot, barbed, lingering, pen shot, low cut, huntsman, exsanguinate, scourging, cut it, blood arrow, rapid fire, barrage 1, barrage 2, barrage 3. We got full bonus, okay, cashed out, and now we start stacking dots again for the cash out. And then low cut, boom, cash out, boom, boom, cash out volley, get another one, nice. And you can see like my damage is pretty shit because you know, I'm trying to talk and explain to you what skills I'm using. The new rotation includes a lot of cool skills that you didn't use before in rotation. You just used it because you need to update some buffs all the time. But now you basically need to stack lingering wound 3 times, and you need to have a burning arrow applied at the same time. Burning arrow is 8 seconds, I think. No, 12 seconds. What is 8 seconds then? Oh yeah, activates exsanguinate. So barbed arrow is 12 seconds, and lingering wound, I think it's 8 duration, and then let me see if I stack it third time. Where is it? Oh no, sorry. 14 seconds. So basically, one tier is 10 seconds. Okay, let me explain it. So, in order to cash out Huntsman, you need to stack Lingering Wound 3 times, and you need to do Burning Arrow. The cool thing about it is that Burning Arrow is 12-second duration, and Lingering Wound is 10-second on a first tier, then 12, I think, 12-second on a second tier, and then 14-second on a... Wait, is it? Yeah, 14-second on a third tier. Boom. And that's really cool because then you can just keep reapplying. And now it's 1, 2, 3, and then you cash out. You see, the thing about lingering is that when you stack it 4 times, look, stacked once, stack 2 times. Oh, come on, man. Stack once, stack 2 times. And now we have lingering 3, but if I do it one more time, it is still lingering 3. If I do it one more time, it is still lingering 3. And another thing you can do is low cut. Low cut applies lingering wound as well. And what it does is skips you the need to consume volley. Because remember, your volley gets consumed. Where is it? Your volley gets consumed when you use your focus builders, which is your bleeds. What I'm doing with volley is once I apply all the bleeds and cash them out, right? Like this. then boom, and then I just go straight into focus spending with my rapid fire, or I just try to focus spend with rapid fire as much as possible and the strongest skills. So you can see I'm doing barrage all the time with rapid fire, which I think is a really good skill, especially the third one and the second one. The first one is kind of whack. I get why people wouldn't use it. But you see, now I came back to my rotation, and now I cashed it out, and I go back into, firing some focus skills so I can get some good damage. And then also stacking dots meanwhile. And then stacking one more time, cash out, get exsanguinate. Now I have 2 dots on Huntsman, 2 dots on Scourging, crazy damage. Boom. That's kind of how you do it. And then you just go back into your strongest skill focus rotation. Yeah, you see? Just like this. And don't forget to use your... So look, check it out. I'm just gonna show you the memo of the Scourging blow. Why melee blindside is busted. So look, I do this. Now, let's go to our memo log. Well, our damage log actually. Sorry, my bad. So you can see wounded prey bonus, relentless damage, lingering wound, burning arrow, lingering wound, scourging bard bonus, scourging exsanguinate, and you also, I think you get just random hits with scourging as well somewhere. Yeah, critical hit with scourging, then hit with a blind side, and I think there's another hit with a blind side, and another hit with a blind side. So in a matter of a second, I've dealt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Well, actually 1, 2, 3 or something. 1, 2, 3, or maybe I think it's 1 damage, 2 bleeds, 1 damage, 2 bleeds. Well, 2 damages, 2 bleeds, and 2 damages. That is how many hits I did in a matter of a second, and that is the cool part about New Hunter. The new cash out is very fast and very strong. You can basically destroy any enemy in a matter of like 5 to 10 seconds, and then you can switch to another enemy and do your focus rotation instead of the cash outs that you just did. And you can just destroy them with a focus rotation in your rapid fire with your volley 3. Boom. And also if you slot into blood arrow and cash it out with volley and barrage in rapid fire, oof, big damage. That is kind of how people run their hunters right now. And it's the same type of rotation for parsing on a dummy. It's the same type of rotation for AoE as well, because for AoE, like when you prioritize AoE, by the way, let me just show you the AoE build quickly. AoE build, remember that your Huntsman shot is applying a 20% melee damage. So basically what I do in AoE is run it something like this, and then I cash it out, and then I do this, melee, this, 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 and you see how much damage I already did in fucking AoE? That's how AoE works. You see how fast those skills respawn, and those skills as well, how do you call it, the low cut and the huntsman shot, they take like 15 seconds, and this one takes 15 seconds as well. No, 10 seconds, even shorter. So basically every 10 to 15 seconds you could just cash out massive damage with your low cut, but every 0 to 3 to 6 seconds you can keep using rain of arrows and split shot. And remember, they're both focus spenders, so they heavily benefit from rapid fire and from volley 3. If you keep spamming them, if you, let's say, slot into hail of arrows, right? No, storm of arrows now it's called. If you slot into this, you might get 0 cooldown if you have like 10 or 15 or 20 enemies to farm with your AoE skills. You'll have 0 cooldown. You just keep spamming this button and that's it. And it's very potent. Look at the damage difference. Split shot does a bit less, and also it's not susceptible to rapid fire. Rain of arrows is though. That's the cool thing about it. Still, AoE, by the way, comparatively, AoE is way better compared to update 44 and everything else before. AoE is way better, especially on blue, because I used to run a lot of blue and AoE wasn't that fun, so I had to go in red for AoE, but now I don't have to go in red for AoE because it's the same type of AoE that you experience, which is really nice. I like it. It's really good if you want to. And yeah, another thing I want to show you is my parsing build, which I already uploaded to Discord, but you can check it. I didn't take this because I started into this, as I told you before. It gives you crazy damage, and I also disregard this. Actually, let me just quickly fix it. As I told you, focus builder, applying to focus builder is might not be the best choice here when you're trying to parse on a dummy for the biggest number you can possibly get out of your shitty hands. So instead of getting these duplicate traits, I will get Swift and True. I'm not gonna get Botkin arrows as much. I'm still gonna get this, still gonna get this, still gonna get this. And very important, deadly precision. This is what allows me to not use focus builders as much, because I actually go a lot into crits. If you haven't noticed, I go a lot and I just rely on the fact that I crit. So boom, straight into there. What if I get? Yeah, this one. Now do I want it? What can we get rid of? Yeah, maybe this. This looks a bit more like something I would use even. Let me see. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is gonna be my primary parsing build for now. I'm gonna test it out later, actually, see how it works. And also, while I'm at it, check out my allies for what is this? I think it's Moors. Yeah. So check out my allies for Moors. That's what I use for Moors. I know it looks a bit funny, but it's meant to be funny. And then I have a swap weapon for this is my dummy swap weapon, the Cosb. Basically, I swap it with my bow. You see, this is just I have one dagger and I have three switch bows. And the third one is where is it? Yeah, this one. No, yeah, this one. Is it? No, I can't. It's here. It's here. Okay. Yeah, this is my AOE mask cause. Man, I gotta stop with these names. This is my AOE bow, my parsing bow, my Moors solo bow. You can see there is a variety of different traceries. One thing you could also improve for your survivability is instead of Hillary of the Keen Serpent, you could get Sturdy Sparrow, or you could get what is the other sparrow for tactical mitts? Yeah, you could get just a bunch of sparrows instead of kin serpents, and that would give you extra morale, and that is good for surviving in tiered instances, and also good for surviving in Moors, because a lot of heals in Moors are percentage based, and the higher HP you have, the better your heals are. Boom, profit. That's how it works. This is my little short guide until they make some really cool stuff and fix this piece of shit garbage tree, and then I can actually sound smart and not like a dumbass trying to help fellow dumbass friends. Alright, see you later.